What's in the box?
What's in the box?
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of What's in the Box here on the That Range Life YouTube channel. I'm Bill Bush of DriveRangeHeroes.com, at Range Heroes on all your favorite social media platforms. It is good to be with you here on the channel today. I'm excited about this one. When I tell you I have been waiting for this this exact unboxing, but this review I'm going to do and everything for, 6 months now with bated breath. I'm not lying. I first heard about this and I got really excited about it as a vintage club snob. So I'm not a snob, but major aficionado. Let's go that route. So really excited knowing the story of this brand and what's happening with it. So let's just get right into it. Take a look. The box. MacGregor. And you may go, Bill, I know MacGregor as that brand that you get for super cheap at Golfsmith before they went out of business, and then at Dick's Sporting Goods or wherever. But you have to remember, MacGregor is probably one of the most important brands in the history of golf clubs, okay? We're talking late 1800s, developing technologies that other people weren't using. The brand was born out of people making wooden shoe stays, and how those got manufactured and said we could make golf clubs that way, and they made golf clubs. All right. Went on to win tons of majors with Jack Nicklaus, Johnny Miller, Tommy Armour, the man himself. Half the clubs were named after him that all these guys were using. All right. Great stuff. And then you specifically had the MacGregor tourney lines. All right. History lesson for you, but those were some of those beautiful clubs made, especially in the 50s and 60s. Really good looking irons with the flame ceramic faces or the copper faces. Just really good looking stuff. So that history is important to know. And as I would say, the modern brands that everybody uses today, the Callaways, the TaylorMades, the Titleist was around. Some of these brands have been around for 70 years. But MacGregor came in the late 1800s. Still had him beat. But as these modern brands established themselves, MacGregor started falling out of favor. The industry caught up with it, kind of went away. It was sad to see what happened to the brand. Kept getting sold off left, right, and center for intellectual property, etc., and just slapped onto like budget clubs. But then recently, a company came and said, no, we want to buy. We're going to buy these old brand names and we're going to bring them back to respectable, good clubs that are deserving of carrying the name, but are also accessible to people. So, with that said, let's get into these clubs. All right, these aren't going to be the MacGregors you've been used to in the last 20 years or so. Cutting away from ourselves on all cuts, of course. Fold your knife up. Be safe. It's one of these boxes. I love that smell of a fresh set of clubs with fresh grips and plastic and maybe some epoxy smell. See if I can throw this in one grip. Safely packaged, papered up all together. All right, what do we have here? Okay. The new MacGregor MT86 Pro Iron. Let me set the rest of these down. We'll get into it. Okay, clearly a modern club. I have the 5-iron in my hand here, but if you look at it and you know your irons, your MacGregor irons, the looks are a lot like the great MacGregor tourney iron, some M85s from the 50s or so. And man, those were some good looking irons. The Pro, there's two versions in this new version and this new iteration, the MT86 family. You have the Pro model like this, which is going to be a little blade like. I will tell you, this is a 5 iron. It's not going to be a tiny butter knife like the 50s, M85s and whatnot. But it has, just, I'd say fairly minimal offset, a compactish shape, moderate top line, but it's a good looking, I would say, hollow body players club. It is a hollow body. It's forged, right? But it has foam inside of it, all right? Your old MacGregors did not. This one does. Foam-filled head. The reason they do that is to soften the feel of this hollow head, which we'll get to in a second, and dampen that sound and have it sound and feel more like an iron, right? That said, it's going to be a lot more explosive, give you a lot more distance, be somewhat more forgiving with that hollowness. And if you didn't have that foam in it, they were, I would say, early 2010s, they were making hollow body irons with their deep cuts without foam in them, and they sounded like little fairway woods. It wasn't great. So that foam's going to help your sound quite a bit. All right. But we're looking at, they're not super power lofted. I looked at the specs. So even though they're, your foam filled, hollow body, distance friendly club, you're not hitting a 20-degree 4-iron or something like that. I think the 4-iron is like 23 degrees. So it's not too far off from what 4-iron should be. What else? Tungsten internal weighting. So I'm assuming what they're doing here to help with the MOI, and that means the club staying square through impact, not wanting to twist when it hits the ball. There's probably going to be some tungsten weighting, toe regions. I don't know about heel region, but definitely toe. Draw the weight out this way, so your sweet spot is more in the center of the face and maybe a little bigger. Muscle pads are like this, so it's the center of gravity should be lower and deep in the head. That helps the ball get up in the air, carrying for you. Well, I'll tell you, it's not a giant muscle pad, so I don't know if there's a ton of weight in the bottom of the club. We'll find out. We'll find out what happens when I actually hit them. But what else? What else is there to tell you about it? Stock components, KBS Tour steel shafts with some lambkin grips. You can also get UST Recoil 660 graphite shafts and senior flex or regular flex if that's the route you want to go. But I'm not gonna lie to you, they're really good looking clubs. I'm excited to try them. It's good to see historically inspired MacGregor ironback. Hopefully they're fun to hit. Hopefully let's be honest, these are in my bag. I hope someone notices them and goes, oh, those look like old MacGregors. And I go, they're not. They're the new ones. And I'm excited to try them out. All right. Don't forget, there's this one in an oversized version, too, if you want something more forgiving. That one might be a little more power lofted. There are two different options. A little more expensive, too. These aren't your $400 clubs. They're just, hey, want you to get out playing the games. This is a nicely made golf club. You're looking at about $800 for 4 to pitch. Okay? There are head-only options, too. So, hey, you want to build them with some other shaft, but KBS or UST, Mamiya recoils, you can buy the heads only. All right. Think I've said enough. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Do all the standard YouTube things we need you to do. Go follow my friend Chris over at Chris McEwen on his social medias. And don't forget to follow me at Range Heroes on mine. Go to dryrangeheroes.com, read reviews, keep your eye out for something about these. Appreciate it, all right? We'll see you next time.